that's what
Oh.
I come through here a bunch of
because
times,
I'm a chronic insomnia.
and that's how I ended up
Yeah.
through here. It's every time I
So I don't need to, you
Just
know,
love
seeing that.
It doesn't
Yeah.
obviously
No, I'm
change
sure I'm ready.
Yeah.
Retired on
And then,
the way
and
your body,
after
Fill
9
out
years
water
in
or
Chicago
no?
police,
it's really strange.
No, I think it's
I
probably
just
a
heard
lot
it.
because
Out of the cold,
think of
away
what
from the
Prozac
violence.
makes
We
your
just had-
cells do,
just
it
had a
makes your
daughter.
body do. So you
And,
probably
we came
sleep
down
better
here for,
because your body's been
like a 5-day
working all day on
I said, you know what?
regenerating itself.
Shit's
So
okay. It goes, "Let me take my
work
meds
that we don't
for a
look
couple
at like
weeks
yard
to
work
calm down."
or busy work, or, you know, you
Or
train
Charleston,
dogs, your body's been
hired me
physically
once.
working
I
inside all
came in with
day.
Drop off
the
her
body
dress.
puts out the big fire. He goes,
Walk
"Well, I
to
can
the
do
door.
this
Yeah,
one, this,
exactly,
and
exactly. Oh, I took
I
care of my
think it's
sciatica, I better go over here now and take care of this little liver cramp.
yes, we're on 65. I think that's exactly what's happening. I don't think it's a change.
So you're gonna go ahead.
Yeah,
But that's natural.
I look at every single, and this sounds weird, but I basically look at every single person I
I was like,
we go to a very
"Due
old
respect,
church,
she just said,
like we're the
"Pair
youngest
of flip-flops
people, and
and
it's
shorts."
the
He's
youngest
like, "Okay,
daughters.
come on."
Our church people know
Okay,
that
so
we weren't
you're gonna
married
talk
before
to
we
him.
procreated, and they're very, they know these things about.
I talked to him for like
And,
30
every
minutes.
single person in that church.
It's like, "Well, how long are you in the area?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Well, I'm leaving on, leaving on Wednesday." This is
But I
okay.
don't look at it, if I look at it, what I'm doing for those people, not what that income is doing.
Keep going handy.
And that's
So I gotta talk to the chief and the command staff.
No, it is about
We're out sightseeing down in Yorktown Saturday. I phoned
that
him.
many people.
And I think, just
And I
like I
answered.
said, it may be
the
just
chief.
people buying
"Are you busy,
products.
Mom?
Jason,
Well,
maybe it's
not
5
really.
people
He's like,
buying
"Oh,
products and one person looks at it like a
It's like
business
10 o'clock
idea.
here, come on.
Why
we're
wouldn't I
talking."
take advantage
I
of
said,
that?
"Okay."
One person,
He says, "Do me a favor.
one person about one subset of people that I
Go on out
know,
to-
and then maybe
to-
they know one person.
Target or,
my-
Kohl's and go get some pair of dress slacks.
I've
Collared shirt.
got, my contact
So, you know,
in
we ran to Kohl's,
dad has MS,
came at 10
and
o'clock.
he
One
was
day,
he was selected as a
interviewed
candidate for the
for
brain
45
surgery
minutes.
of where his
Entire
MS
command
was centralized or
and
whatever
she
section of
kicked
his
me out.
brain.
It's like, "Gary,
So he's, I mean, he's
we're
having
gonna
like
keep you out of here
multiple
for about
seizures a
15
day.
minutes to talk about
So they went and had the brain surgery
Okay,
in
no problem.
January in Boston,
Not even,
and
I
now
don't even
he's
think it was 3
completely
minutes.
off
They
all
brought me back in.
MS medicine, because they taper them down so that your brain can eventually
Keeps
learn
them
how to
on.
function without it. And she started him on
How
Protandim.
you feel about the interviews? When do you
It's
want to start?
MS, it's Lyme disease. Who doesn't have
Excuse me?
something?
Yeah, we got a good job.
Avril Lavigne just came out and said
We
she
can't
had
pay
Lyme
what
disease.
Chicago pays you.
Somebody should call her and tell her to take Protandim. You
Yeah,
should
I
take
know.
that, I mean, that's
Yeah.
like, every single
Start-
person
It's
got
not
something
sure.
wrong with
Title
it.
loose ends, condos. It's like, "Oh, no, no, we're not rushing.
Knocks out a lot of
It's
stuff.
time. The job is here for.
I mean, people are still gonna
It's
do
your-
bad things to their body, and
You just need to
You
keep
know,
us up.
there's still gonna be the genetic
That was
predisposition
in,
for
April.
disease. But if you can help your immune system, so everybody knows that cancer cells live in your body all
It
the
was
time.
quick.
They're just waiting
So,
for an
yeah,
opportunity
I've been with
to
them
rear their ugly heads, and then you get cancer.
3
Okay,
years.
well, if you know you have
Yes.
cancer all the time,
I
why don't you
officially
just take something that
medically
says,
retire on
no,
7th.
you're not rearing your ugly head today. You're not
So-
rearing your ugly head tomorrow,
You like-
I'm taking a stick that says no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've seen, I think any department. It's
I grew up with.
it's a tough city to work.
Yeah, I hang with these out here.
And, you know,
I
not just.
didn't change it, but I'm
Easy
for
for
it.
us.
I know it, right? I know I
It's,
don't
it's not a lot of support.
But I can take Protandim, and that's my
So
best
it's
help.
damage.
As I'm starting.
Yeah.
A lot of good officers here.
I
A lot of guys I love working with. But I'm glad.
November.
I've always been really impressed with them, but I've been told otherwise, and it was at night, and
Right.
my,
So this
my
is.
headlights out.
And the doctor released me from care.
I live a real good part of town, I was out of my.
Because it's not right.
And
I said,
cop
you
calls me,
normally
and I'm
release.
sitting there waiting,
patients.
I need 2 hours before.
That brings it.
Oh, it's scary.
Blue lights are
Well,
on.
and it's like, why are you so nervous?
Hold on for 1,000 years.
How does this work?
Yeah, it's, we were actually just discussing it, Greg and I. And, you know, it's safety in numbers for us. And it has
I
to.
would like
It has to.
Yep.
You know, you pull up on a car, you don't know who's there. Especially at nighttime, you can't see. So people with lawyers over 4 or 5 cars. Again, safety in numbers.
It's very rare
I'd rather,
that
I'd
at
rather
night.
make sure the guys I'm with are,
Yeah.
you know, they're good to go,
Yeah.
and I have to worry about them. But it's usually a shitty job, it's an unappreciated job.
You got breakfast.
It is. It isn't what
It's
it
an
used to be.
underpaid job.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, people, you know, that want to go into it, want to make a difference, but you hear older
Maybe,
people that
but-
were like in law
I
enforcement,
got a
they
sandwich.
were people. They were, you know,
What was that?
they rose
Cream
up.
cheese on there?
Down here,
They want
it's the
cream
South, man. If you don't know somebody that knows somebody, or your last name is something, then you're just nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he knows people that are at their current rank just because who their relations are.
Sure.
And that's the South. It's never gonna change. I mean, that's just part of the deal, but the underappreciation of law enforcement individuals is what precipitated the decision. That it's just not, it's not necessary anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like you're making $200,000. That would be a difficult decision, but you're not bringing that home. What's the point?
We do tend to pay people most valuable people the least amount.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. That's very true. Do you have a blueprint on
A blue pen?
it? Blueprint, yes, blueprint.
I did.
You do,
Okay.
okay.
It's in a folder right there.
Cause
Yeah,
I
there's,
think
well, there's
Justin
some
said,
right there.
So does your husband still work, Lindsay?
yeah, he used to work.
He has a real job, right?
Yeah,
So we can say that.
he, yeah, he has a real job.
Yeah, like he goes to a place and he does
What,
some stuff.
what I'm doing is not a real job?
Yeah. No, I can tell it is.
Oh, blueprint.
Temporarily. Temporarily, thank you.
That's a.
Tear off sheet.
No, I don't have one.
You don't? Okay.
I'm like, what? Tear off sheet.
That's okay, cause then we can pull up.
No, I left the blueprint. I left my blueprint at home. But it's okay. We don't need it. We know what it is.
Oh, I know, but I was just gonna show them. Which is fine. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. So yeah, so we'll just start getting into the training. I mean, now, we'll just have kind of like a sit down discussion and go over things of what is all in the blueprint. And let's see. That's my layoff.
Well,
Lay off. Wow.
Lay off. So now, since we learned about the business, now how do we do this business? How do we get started? How do we get trained? It's the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay.
Oops.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Head it up.
I believe it anyway. Well,
you have to leave it what? Today? Oh,
Allow. There we go.
well, I didn't know that.
And that's okay. So when you get your pack, no matter which pack you sign up for, you know, I always urge people, well, I obviously can't sign up. Well, the proven plan has it right here, but it keeps disappearing for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. There it goes. Okay. So when you get your pack, like your Freedom, no matter what pack it is, you get a blueprint. You know, like when you're building a home, you have to have a blueprint because you need that skeleton. You know, you need those outlines in there to fill in. Oh well, we'll just deal with that. But anyways, yeah. I don't know why it won't show up. So getting started. So whenever I bring new people on, we sit down with them. We open up their schedule. The first thing I like to do is, okay, let's first figure in time. Because I have a lot of people say, well, I do this and that. I just don't have a lot of time. I don't know when I can fit this in. Okay, well, this is what we'll do next. So we open up their paper schedule. I always advise everybody to get just, no matter what type of calendar it is, if you want to have like a whole big calendar or a little calendar to bring with you, use a paper calendar. Digital works great, but when you write it down, you'll remember it a lot more. So we look into their calendar. I have them put in the times that they're going to spend with God. Put in the times that they're into their religion. Put in the times that they're spending time with their family. Put in times, work times, and then I say, okay, now let's look at life manage time. If you can at least fit in 8 to 10 hours a week, you will succeed pretty quickly in this business. I started out at 3 to 5 hours, while we were both working full time, and then within 2 weeks, I was making some pretty good investments and returns and money, and I wanted more, so I put in more. I found out I had more time. So we always sit down and we just look at their time. And then the first biggest thing is the why. So your why, no, your why, what drives you, what motivates you, what's your passion, what wakes you up at night, what makes you not go to sleep at night because you're so excited about the next day. What drives you? What is your why? All I knew was that if I continued down the path that we were going, I would not have a future for my kids, a retirement future. And that was the driving force for me. Another driving force was having my husband home. He will be retired next year. He will be home. And so having that in my mind, I have this picture in my mind of when my husband and I pick up our kids after school, and the looks in their faces, that's my why. That's what drives me. That's what motivates me. It gets me a little bit teary-eyed every time I bring it up, because your why is got to make you cry. You got to get in tune with it, because I'm not going to say this business is easy. Even starting a franchise business, it's not easy. Even going on your own, it's not easy. But it's very simple. We're going to have a lot of obstacles coming our way. We're going to have, people say you're crazy for doing network marketing. We're going to have people, we're going to have life instances happen. And it's up to you to not allow these things to affect you, to bring you down. You have to have such a hard rhino lining that nothing's going to get in your way. Okay? If you're not doing this business daily, if you're not making one phone call a day, if you're not, doing something daily into your fortune, then your why's not big enough. It's not. It's not big enough. You have to get in tune with your why, because that is your driving force. So let's say this is you, and there's just a straight line, and then there's a $20 bill here. And I said, if you just walk that straight line, that $20 bill is yours. Would you do it?
Yep.
Okay, now let's say you're on a building, and you're on a tightrope, and the $20 on the end. Would you do it?
Nope.
Now let's say Cindy is on the other end. Shh, fire.
Nope.
Stop!
Of course.
Would you go across to save her? What if that was your child?
Why'd you put me in that position? Go ahead. That's true.
But you see, your why changed. You guys hear the story of the woman who lifted the car to get her son out of the car? Did she just say, "Oh, look at me now"? Whoa! No. Her why was big. She wanted nothing more than her son out from underneath the car. That she did everything she could, and she gave everything that she had to lift up that car. Now, do you think that after taking her son out, after she was able to get him out, could she lift that car afterwards? No. Because why would she? Why? You see, Your why has got to be that driving force. Your why, you have to be able to lift that car, do everything in your power to get to your dream. Your why is what's going to drive you. So that's what we do. We sit down, we really dig deep into your why. Okay? So now, as we're looking, and now since we've connected with the why, when we go into that, what I want you guys to do, another kind of little exercise, is go ahead and just kind of close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes. I know you're eating. I'll steal your food. I'm on a diet. Close your eyes. And I want you to imagine there's an elephant in front of you. What color would it be?
Blue.
Oh, no, you're not saying. What color would it be? What shape of ears would it have? What color of toenails? How long is its tail? Nothing but the background. Is it in the jungle? Is it by water? I want you to imagine. Okay, now go ahead and open up your eyes. Now, no matter what it was, when I first did this exercise, I imagined a pink elephant with purple polka dots, long tail right by the water.
I did too.
You created that. You created that. Okay? So now every time you wake up, do that. Close your eyes and imagine yourself that you are already at the lifestyle that you desire to be at right now. If you were able to create that purple elephant, the blue elephant, whatever it was, you can create that for your lifestyle too. You can create that for your dream. You can create that for your fortune. Now, how bad do you want to get there? How soon do you want to get there? Now, after we get in tune with the why, I look into, okay, what are their goals? Sometimes Pro 10 money, when you first show people that, I mean, Pro 10s are making over $90,000 a month. That's a lot for a lot of people, you know. Me, myself, I never made more than 30 grand a year. Oh, I've completely changed that. You know, I never made more than 30 grand a year, even as a personal trainer. Okay, I've completely changed it because I was also home part-time with my kids though too. I also worked full-time still at home doing nutritional journaling and stuff. But anyways, you know, you created that. So we're looking at short-term goals. Okay, so now since you already have your schedule out, we've gotten in tune with your why. Okay, so daily goals. What's your daily goal? Daily goal. Okay, what's weekly? What's monthly? How about a year from now? 3 years, and then 5 years plus. Okay. I always like to tell everybody this, you know, this really is a 4-year career. Have you guys ever read the book, The 4-Year Career? You should read it. It's really good. It really is, because network marketing, you don't become a professional overnight. Okay? It doesn't happen. You know, it's like me saying, hey, I'm going to open up this clinic and do surgeries, open heart surgeries, because I am passionate about helping other people. Would you come see me? No, I got to go through training. It's the same with network marketing. The Elite Academies, the Super Saturday trainings, the master classes. We recently spoke on the panel at the last one. These are, I'll think of this as a LifeVantage University. This is what's going to help you become the professional. But not only that, help you become the person that you were born to be, so that way you can educate other people how to do the same as well too. So plugging into events, that's why it's so important. I have not missed an event today. You know, there was one I almost missed, but I figured it out. You know, I can share my story later. But you know, the thing is plugging into events and creating those daily activities to do that, you know, connect with other people. That's how you do it. So daily activity. Now, what I like to ask people on those sheets, when you're looking at the income disclosure, I ask them, okay, first question, how many hours a week are you willing to put into this business? 8 to 10. Perfect. Okay. So how much money do you need to make in order for this business to seem real to you? I need to make at least $500 a month. Okay. Short term. Okay, now how much money do you need to make in order for you to be home with your kids full time? I need to make 5,000 a month. Awesome. Okay, now we're going into longer term. Okay, now how much money do you need to make for you to have the freedom to travel and go see your family in Germany? Okay, you need 10,000 plus. Awesome. Okay, so now you're setting out those goals. Okay, so I'm a numbers person. I like to break down certain things. Okay, so daily goals. Now, how soon would you like to make 500 bucks a month? Okay, so, you know, for example, Jill, you know, how much money do you need to make in order for this business to seem real for you per month?
Oh, that's my 5,000.
5,000? Okay, how soon would you like to be making that?
I'm realistically tomorrow.
We all do, yeah. How soon would you like to be making that?
Well,
It's okay. It's okay. Like 6 months, you can on your at 6 months, 12 months, 12 months, 12 months. Okay, 12 months. That's a good realistic goal. Okay, so now looking at, okay, now since you just signed up, let's say you just signed up, you know, how soon would you like to make your investment back within the first month? Okay, cool. All right. So let's say Jill has signed up for the Vantage Pack. The Vantage Pack is $630. Okay. Now, what I like to focus on with people, looking at the monthly goal, I like people to focus on 50 yeses. 50 yeses, okay? Because then what I'm going to tell you is that your rate of exposure determines your rate of success, okay? So the more people you expose this to, the quicker you're going to get to your goal. So 50 yeses, what that means is just, yes, I'll look at the information. Hey, Greg, do you keep your income options open?
Not any longer.
Well, now.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when do you have like 15, 20 minutes that we could sit down and look over what we're launching here into the area and look over it together?
What is it?
Well, do you have access to a computer right now?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, cool. That's a yes. All right, that's a yes. Yes, he's going to view the information. All right. So the goal is 50, looking at 50 yeses. So, you know, looking at daily, like my daily goal is 2 exposures a day. So that's 2 yeses a day. So 2 times 30, that's 60 yeses within a month. Okay. Can you guys at least have 1 yes a day? At least one? Have 1 person a day view the information? That's all it takes is 1. Okay. So my goal is 2 yeses. So weekly, you know, looking at weekly, I really focus on at least, hey, let's do like 12. I like to give myself, you know, I give myself realistic goals. Okay, I like to talk about the smart goals. So 12 yeses. So monthly, 50 yeses. Okay, our monthly we increase it because we want to hit Pro 6 within the next 2 months. We've increased it. We've increased our yeses. We want to get 3 distributors. We want to get 3 distributors a month and 3 new customers, which I know that we'll go over that. So now, as you're breaking this down for everybody, because what if Jill said, well, I want to make that in six months, but I only have 5 hours a week to do this. I want to make 5,000 a month. Okay, well, let's revisit your why. Let's revisit your goals. Okay, so how soon do you want to go travel and see your friends and family? How soon do you want to go do this and that? You know, so it's all about kind of revisiting because you want to make it realistic for them. Because you can't just say, you got to go out and expose 10 people a day, yada, yada. No, you have to make it realistic for them and attainable for them, okay? Granted, you want to set that goal up high for them because we all want to be challenged. You don't want to set it too low because are you going to work for it when that goal's set too low? What if I would just focus on 1 yes a week? You know, that's kind of ridiculous. So looking at this, okay, now since you have the goals written down, when we're looking at long-term and short-term, here's the thing to think of. You got your why, you got your goals. Now, how quickly do you want to get there? How bad do you want it? Okay, since you have all of this written down, you do not lay your head down at night until you've had 2 exposures. If you only had 1 exposure, before, and it's like 11:59 at night, and the gas station's still open. You have to go and ask the clerk if he could review some information, then you go do it. So that helps keep you accountable. It helps keep you going. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover, was the why, setting up the goals, going through the schedule, because it's something that's very important for you to go with your enroller, to sit down with your enroller, so we're all on the same page. And connect with an accountability partner. It doesn't have to be your enroller. It can be, that's why the events are important, because you're going to meet so many people, like all of us will talk about later. It's the people. I wouldn't have met Greg or Cindy or Jill if it wasn't for this business, or Steve, or you guys. We've created such a strong bond and friendship. It was because of these events. That's what's brought us together. So anyways, I'll go ahead and pass it off to Greg.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
No, leave it up
You
there.
wanna leave it up? Okay.
What's it take to get to Pro 5? We failed a lot. We made a ton of mistakes. Believe me, we did. We're both stuck at Pro 3 for a year and a half, 2, because we did everything the wrong way. We didn't follow the system. We didn't have the right training. It was weird. Some of us were there at that time. But now we finally got it down pat. We now know what to do to get to Pro 5. It's quite simple, actually. Help 3 people get to Pro 3 and 4. You get to Pro 5. But when you said just a little bit ago, if you haven't done your 2 exposures a day, now what's an exposure? Get somebody to watch the ABC piece, set an appointment with them, get them to agree to take the time to take a look, going and having lunch with a couple, having them watch it, or maybe every single day you're just building for the next day. You're building for the future. So does it take more than 2 phone calls a day? Absolutely, because everybody's not going to say yes in one day. For us, Cindy and I, we've gotten into many arguments. Why are you staying up? Last night I went to bed at midnight. I wasn't done. I had to do something else to generate a new person today. And I got it, 2 o'clock today. Because I stayed up last night and I did a couple things and I was looking at some stuff. Anyway, bottom line is I knew I had to generate some more business for today. So many times we've gotten, not arguments, but yet, why are you doing this for Crossline? Why are you going to a meeting? Why are you staying up later at night? Why do we have to get up at 7 o'clock this morning and listen to Herbert Harris talk on a Saturday morning?
Okay, I have to defend myself because you're beating me up. That was in the beginning. That's before I
Right.
believed. That's before I had a
Right.
belief in the system, because I'd never been in network marketing before, and I'd never met anyone that was successful in it. So
Right. So what is it that Pro 5 does every day? We do that. We get up and we listen to calls. We stay motivated. We call our upline. We talk to our upline. And by the way, Mark Machado, Pro 10, we talk about how many people that are actually active in this business. It's less than 1,200 people worldwide.
They're actually active?
Yeah, Mark and I had that conversation a couple of weeks ago.
So there are just people writing their residual income, basically not doing this.
No, they're taking it serious. They're taking
Yeah.
it serious like this. You see, this is in the top 1% of network marketers worldwide, no matter what company you're with. If you do this, you're in the top 1% of network marketing. So if you do this, you can't fail. You will be super successful. Most network marketers don't contact more than 90 people in a 90-day period. Most of them take this thing that we call network marketing and want to make They want to make 10 grand a month, but they don't do the work it takes to get there. And most of them give up because you told me no, you told me no, you told me no, you told me no, and you told me no. And then I found you and you said yes. But I have to go through all of you to get to you.
And not
And-
feel beat up, like not feel that these 4 people were right, that you can't be successful. And then you found him.
The thing is all you're doing is asking for coffee. Do you want coffee? Because it's like a server. Server walks around, do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? And they say, no. Do they go back and cry?
Well, think about this. Have you ever called somebody up on the phone and said, hey, in your whole entire life, from being a child to now, have you ever called somebody up and said, hey, I've got a pretty good job here. This thing's awesome. This company's great. We're having a lot of fun over here and we're making money. We're hiring. You want a job? Anybody ever do that? Call a friend and say, hey, I've got something for you to make money at. That's exactly what we're doing here. But it's not a job. The difference between a job and this is we teach. We teach. We're not a boss. We're not a manager. We just teach someone else. We build people to become leaders. We want you in front of the room here very soon to teach. But listen, the biggest problem that I have had over the past 2 years is called follow-up. Honestly. Now, I already know that 90% of salespeople never follow up. So if we don't follow up, we fail. The most of the time, if you said no to me and you said no to me and you did and you did and you did, 2 or 3 of you, by definition of doing follow-up with them over a period of the next few months, 6 months, a year, 2 years later, they end up buying. But what are they buying? They're not buying the product. They're buying your commitment level. They're buying your trust. They understand that you've been involved for a couple of years, but yet you kept following up and you kept giving them a little bit of information here and there. So you're missing the boat big time if you do not follow up with people. I've shown this book before. I bought it 3 months ago. This is a book that does excellent follow-up. Put a name in there, phone number, email. And then it's got places where you can document follow-up. It's got form, family, occupation, money, recreation, right there. It's got a calendar in the back that enables you to put information in on good follow-up. Now, personally, I use my phone. On Monday, by the way, Steve and I went and we've got 10 of these coming. So we've got 10 of these books coming here to Charleston. This one is a 500-page book. It's $45. The 200 is $25.
Yeah.
So we have them. So if you guys want one, just let us know. You can have it. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're having an exposure to a random person, say a massage therapist that just gave you a great 60-minute massage. She goes home with sore hands every day and you discuss with her. I basically did this and I was trying to just see how somebody would respond to the minimum amount of information that I know about something like this. So obviously she works for a company and you can't really have a conversation right there because she's got another client coming in. She actually gave me her email address and wanted to know more about the product. And I basically, my jaw dropped because I didn't say anything that was well versed. I had not anticipated that interaction whatsoever. And I was like, I never even met her before. So I've now known this person for 60 minutes. She massaged me for 60 minutes and I discussed with her for 5. She wanted to know more about it. And they gave me her email and I was like, came home and I was like, did that just happen? Because she's interested in not being a massage therapist the rest of her life. But she has to do this to pay the bills now. but she has the wear and tear on her body of being a massage therapist. She has to pay the bills, paying 40% of her income goes to the company she works for. So she's coming home with like nothing. 30 hours, $30 an hour for whatever the pain and agony is for him.
And that to me was interesting. But how do you talk to that person about the opportunity, not the product?
I was in Food Lion last night, and there was a woman standing right behind me at the register, and a lot of people were there. She looked at me and she said hi, and I said hi. Next thing you know, we got to talking. That's probably what took me so long.
Now it's
Yeah, what took her so long?
Oh,
She was a yoga teacher. And when she said, I'm a yoga teacher, I said, really? I said, do you own your own store? And she said, yep. I said, which one? And we got to talking. The next thing I said to her, I said, how long have you been in business? I didn't say, did you know anything about Nerf 2? I said, how long have you been in business? I said, would you like to make some more money in your yoga place? She goes, absolutely. I said, you got a phone? She goes, yep. I said, put my phone number in there and shoot me a text. I'll call you next week. Now, when I call her next week, it's all about making money. It's about helping her make money at the yoga salon,
Right.
Her own store. You help paying the rent? Yeah, I do.
And on a health professional side, since she wants to know about the product, here's what I would send her. Just say, hey, go to nrf2science.com. And it doesn't say anything.
That's exactly what I did. I
Just
did
send her that and just
Yeah.
say, I will follow up with you tomorrow. And let's get together over lunch or something like that, so that we can talk about what it was and I can, and hear your thoughts on it, see where your interest is at, and then you can be like, okay, now I can show you, I can share this with others and retire and finish when I'm out of time. Yeah,
It was
That's
just
kind of
daunting. I
process.
expected her,
yeah.
because I don't know how much she makes, but $45, $50 a month for every single day might be a lot of money for this person. And so I was immediately thinking product. Cover her product like that.
I'm gonna talk to you guys about something that we talked about sharing twice a day, but I'm gonna show you how you cannot fail at this. You gotta go get your platinum pack. You just gotta do it. I don't care what you guys do. I already know you want to come into business. No matter what you gotta do. I mean, we went on eBay last month and we sold $1,000 worth of stuff on eBay out of our house. So no matter what you guys do, you gotta get on. You definitely gotta get on the product. We talked about that, but let me show you how you cannot fail and how you can make more money at this than you could make it as a police officer or in any business that we're in,
It's a real pager, Lindsay.
right? So we're going to go out there. We're going to go out there and we're going to learn how to become a professional listener first. How do we do that? We do that by coming to events like this, by doing that. And believe me, we haven't always been, and we got a lot of room to grow, a lot of things to learn, but just one per day, person per day, every day. Now, we already know that if you talk to 10 people, let's just say 10 peeps, 8 of them are going to say no. At least 2 says yes. I just want the right expectations of what the next 4 years are going to look like. Okay, so if 8 people tell you no, I mean, how many women did you have to go out with before you found your wife?
Way more than 10.
Way more than 10.
Way more than
Whoa, the
Right.
secret's out.
Right. I have 2 sons, and I've always told them, hey, in the dating world, you go out to the club one night, you ask 10 women to dance, 2 of them say, or 8 of them say no, ask 2 of them are going to say yes. Just keep asking. It's law of averages.
horrible batting average, but.
Okay, so, well, it is. It's terrible. It's terrible. But,
Actually, it's normal,
but-
almost 50. That's the standard ratio problem.
and then I want you to think about a traditional business. You have 10 people coming into your boutique, or your shoe store, or your bank, or your doggy stuff training. You introduce 10 people to it. All of them aren't going to shop with you. in the beginning. Some of them are going to come around as we follow up. So these 8 are going to turn into more like 5 that say yes, but over a period of time. So 1 per day, it took us 10 days to talk to 10 people. We know that 8 of them are going to tell us no, and we're okay with that. Seriously, have you ever been told no in your life? Yes. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. You probably tell your kid, no, 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 all the time. Why is it that we get so upset when people tell us no? Now, I'm going to show you why I don't get upset. And I don't care how many people tell me no, because I know what the ratios are going to pay off. Okay, so we got 2 yeses, right? We talked to 10 people. Now let's just say this is a 2-year program. 2 years. In 2 years, let's say that you took 2 weeks off. So in 2 years, we're going to talk to 700 people. Out of 700 people, and if you did this, look at the math. How many people do you have in your organization personally enrolled? If they said, that'd be 24 people, right? It's personal enrollments that want it. They said, I get it, I want it, I'm going to do this. Just 24, that's just 24 people. Over a 2-year period. That's just 1 person a month, enrolling 1 person a month. Personal enrollments. But remember, the key to our success is to teach these people to go get their money back. That's it. Because if we can help them get their $1,000 back by making 360, and teach them how to get to Pro 2, 3, 4, they will stick around. Because everybody loves to get their money back and make money. That we're in this room to make money. But if you take 2 years and you do this at 1 person per day, and you have talked to 700 people, you will make at least $10,000 a month. If I had been doing this ratio thing over the past 2 years, we would already be Pro 7s. So if you take, what is $10,000 a month on that sheet? What is it? $2.4 million in the bank. $2.4 million in the bank to make $10,000 a month for life. Now you can't touch that $2.4 million. The difference is in this, our income is going to go up for every single time we introduce it to somebody 1 time a day. See, we make this thing so difficult, but it's not difficult. It's plug, play, and shut up. Watch. Cindy, watch this. Steve, talk to Cindy. Mute my phone. Let Steve talk to her. It's plug, play, and be stupid. Watch it. Show it. 2 of them are going to go, hey, thank you for calling me. The woman I sent a text to this morning, I already started working today. She wants more information. She says, I need help. I want to know what you got. 1 a day, every day, at least. Now, I don't care. There are days, and normally for some reason it's on Wednesday. Well, there are days I go through this book and I'll probably call 15, 20 people. You've been in the house when I did that. Or more. One time I did over 60 phone calls in 1 day. Look, everybody didn't answer their phone. But guess what happens? Next week they're calling, hey, I'm sorry, never called you back. You always have to do 1 a day. Just because on Wednesday I busted my tail and did 25, 30 people, trying to get them on the phone to get to my 2 yeses, doesn't mean that Thursday I can go, no, I'm not talking to anybody. If I opened up this restaurant And I showed up on Wednesday and we had a big lunch crowd. And then on Thursday, I shut my doors and I went home. We won't make any more money, will we? So you have to stay committed to just this. And if you do, you absolutely will get to Pro 7. Because it's all about ratios. It's all about 700 people in 2 years. Now, again, you want to increase your exposure? Okay, you guys are getting ready to come on board. You're getting ready to come on board. Let me ask you this, or anybody that's been in this business for a minute. Do you think that your success, this is you. Here is 3 people to get your money back. That's all it is. You dropped $1,000, whatever, $999. They did. You make $360. You got your money back. We know that. Look, once you get your money back, now what we need to do is we need to help these guys get their money back. And if we can do that, your organization is going to grow pretty fast, right? And we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep doing that. And I'm going to tell you, you do not want to have just one person and go straight down. You want at least 3, 4, 5, 6 legs across. Because each leg goes down and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, if you called 2 people up, 3 people to get your money back, and you don't do anything else this month because you just made your money back, and now we got free product. Is your business going to grow fast or slow? Suggestion to anybody that makes the commitment that says, I want this, I want to do it, is to do a hard 90-day push. And how do you do that? You make a list. You then call everyone you know, and I'll tell you a story about calling everyone you know. I know for a fact that if God keeps me on this earth, I will be a Pro 10. There's no doubt in my mind. Because it's all about the ratios and it's all about the time that we put in. And it's all about finding one person here that says, I got this, I get it. I didn't enroll them. You didn't enroll them, but you found one here. You found one here. You got one here. Somewhere in your organization. Hopefully you got 4 or 5 of them that are just taking off, running. That's all you need. If you really understood that you just need 3 people and to go really fast for 90 days straight. Now I'm talking about how much you really, really want things. And I know that you go home, most people, we go home at 5 o'clock. News comes on, dinner's made, kids are happening, this is going on, that's going on, events are going on. This room's not full today because people are out on their freaking boats. And they're out playing. Do we want to get to Pro 7 fast? Something that will completely change your life? Now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now? You have to ask yourself, what do you want? And if you want something, you got to do something that you never did. What I mean by a 90-day push is shut your TV off. Don't do things wrapped around non-business. Everything you do, wrap it around LifeVantage. It's not easy. It's going to hurt. It's not fun. We are humans, creatures of habit. It's a known fact. You go to the same laundromat, you go to the same grocery store, you go to the same here and the same that. But I do know the furthest outside your comfort zone, the closest you are to the money every single time. You got to make it hurt. You see, even in my own house, we have to do this. Network marketers that are professional, all the ones that make $1 million+ a year in network marketing, and who doesn't want to make $1 million a year? Find 3 to 5 people in our organization that goes out there and really wants to build like we did. And guess what will happen? You're going to make $1 million a year in network marketing. But nobody wants to put in the work. And the work is just simply one a day, every day, and following up and keeping a good record of who you contact. Now, I'll tell you something about this. Well, before I do that, we all want to make $1 million a year in network marketing. But every one of the network marketers, if they told you what they did to get there, and all you had to do was follow it to do it, the problem is that most of us aren't willing to put the time in. All of them did 3 to 4 90-day pushes. All of them. 90 days all on, where they didn't go golfing. They didn't go out to dinner with their friends. They didn't go fishing. They didn't do anything except all day long work. And your work becomes a lot of fun when you have someone like Jill to go work with, or Steve to go work with, or Lindsay, you guys meet at the coffee shop and we meet with a friend. It's fun. It's not hard work. Matter of fact, it's probably the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Y'all, I wake up every single morning. And I guarantee you Lindsay does too. I wake up every single morning with a smile on my face, with optimism of the future, knowing where we're going to be. In this room, you are looking at Pro 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s in the next 2 to 3 years. And we are it if we apply ourselves. You know, the follow-up thing is super, super important. Your prospecting is super important, but I want to go into a quick story about why. You saw the 10% generational matching bonus here?
I don't want to ruin it. I just go in the bathroom.
You see that?
Yeah.
This 30%? And you see it says 10% there? And then 5 levels? Okay. Some of you know this story, but I graduated high school 30 years ago. My good friend, when you come into this business, and even right now, if you haven't revisited your list, you better think about this. Whenever I tell somebody about, you sign up and I say, okay, you make your list. You gotta think about your list. You gotta go back, way back in your life. Or you gotta add new people to your list, daily, weekly. Randy, I graduated high school with this guy. His name's Randy Rodriguez. His neighbors are Pro 10s and a Pro 9. Brandon Cunningham and Fred Graves. 4.5 years ago, they went across the street to Randy's house and said, Randy, we're going to show you this business. Brandon signed up, he signed Fred up, and then they went across the street to Randy. All of them knew each other 15, 20 years. Their kids grew up together. Randy said no. He said, I don't want to do that. We're busy people. So he didn't listen. 2 years later, he watched Brandon and Fred quit working. So he called Brandon up and he said, hey, about Pro 5, Pro 6. He said, hey, what are you guys doing? I want to see it again. He joined LifeVantage on that day. I went to high school with this guy in Ohio. He lives in Sarasota, Florida. I live in Charleston. Randy, I post on Facebook, I'm so sorry I can't make it to the event, our high school reunion. And the next thing you know, he sends me a message on Facebook. He says, how long have you been with LV? And I said, call me. So he calls me on the phone and he tells me his story. And I said, let me ask you something. How come you never called me? How come you never called me? You never told me about LifeVantage. Now, as a Pro 10, you were making right at $100,000 a month. Do you know how much money that you have just lost if you don't call one of your friends up and tell them about LifeVantage and they sign up with somebody else? You know, I don't like the fact that you're in this room right now.
I'm sure not.
Because no one in this room invited you. Somebody in Maine invited you, which I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If we're not inviting, somebody else is going to. 2 years I've been inviting people, and you guys know this, but I want to give you something. For 2 years, we've been inviting people. And 2 years ago, I met a guy that I've been courting for 2 years. And a couple of weeks ago, he flew out to Salt Lake City. And I think today he's actually coming on board. He's a professional network marketer that has 37,000 people in his organization. And is signing like 10 platinum packs up day one. So it could be today, by Monday, we could have 10 more platinum packs in our business. Some of you have met him. And he'd be here today if his daughter wasn't going in the military. But we all want that to happen in our business. Remember that little red dot? He's one of them. I don't have to teach him much. We don't have to do much. We're looking for 3 people in the entire world that want to change in their life, that say, I got it, I get it, and I'm going to do this. That's it. But we can't find them if we don't invite. The proven plan says getting started, database, make a list, and then invite people to see the information. You'll have a chicken list. You'll have a chicken list, and on that chicken list, you should call them first. You should get your chicken list out of the way. The ones that you say no, they wouldn't be interested, you should call them and say, I got something. I have somebody on my chicken list. And I was afraid to call him. It took me a year. And when I introduced it to him, he said, well, next time you have something good, I said to him, I'm sorry I didn't call you. I've known about this over a year. Next time you have something good, please let me know, because I think this is going to change the world. So don't worry about who's on your list. Just go after them. That is the way that you'll be successful in LifeVantage. A Pro 1, a Pro 0, starting in the business, Pro 1, Pro 2. Your job is to get in front of this room. Your job is to be able to develop and then get in front of this room and let us have a seat. Your job is to learn and stay connected, to never miss an event. You know, I ask you guys when you leave here, who in this room is going to be in Kansas City? And Cindy, you may end up being there too. Right? Why? Why are you going to Kansas City?
For the.
You lost your voice? Why are you going to Kansas City?
Increase in belief and the learning skills.
Why are you going to Kansas City?
I'm going for myself, for my team, for my kids.
Yeah. Let me tell you what happens with the elite academies. It's a proven fact that the people that go to elite academies build their business twice as fast. Your belief goes up. You meet really good people that change your belief because they did it. You meet a cop that went through the same thing that you went through. And the next thing you know, you're like, if he can do it, I can do it. You remember the first elite academy you went to? I did. I stood in the back going, I deserve to be up on that stage. I could do a better job than they did. It's what I was thinking in the very beginning. And then I changed a lot. Now I go to Elite Academy for you and you and you. Because how can we stand here and do a Super Saturday if we don't go to Kansas City? It would be unfair. So when you build a team, let's say you guys enroll tomorrow. And then you go call and you make a list and you got 3 people that signed up. Guess where you're going on the 23rd? Kansas City. Because if you don't get those 3 people there, your business isn't going to grow as fast. And if you don't go and they know you don't go, they will not go to Phoenix, Arizona in October. So it's all about your actions and what you do that's going to help your team motivate them to go. No one in LifeVantage, no one. No elite distributor, and believe me, we talked to a lot of them. Not one of them would call Lindsay on the phone and say, are you going to be in Kansas City? And they won't call me and ask me that. They say, we'll see you there. Why? Our commitment level is up here. The only way you're going to get to Pro 6 and Pro 7, and the only way that I'm going to get there is if we have our commitment level, it stays high, and we help other people. And you want to get to Pro 5 as fast as you can get to Pro 5. Because they're going to send you to Pro 5 Summit. They're going to fly you out there to Utah on the company's dime. And you're going to have fun and you're going to learn a lot. To become a professional network marketer, this is what our whole goal is. I mean, you don't want to do something halfway, do we?
Halfway doesn't work.
I mean, you know, if you're going to golf, it takes a long time to become good at it, doesn't it? Now, how much money do you spend buying all that equipment? Why do people spend $1,000 in LifeVantage or in any network marketing company and then go, well, it didn't work? It didn't work because you didn't try. It didn't work because you gave up. Have you ever bought anything in your life and quit at it? Everyone has, right? But in network marketing, it's a business that if you never quit, you will be successful. And I want to say something in what time is it? Huh?
12:30.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Oftentimes, like all of us that got involved in this, It's almost like going to church, getting saved and baptized, and we want to bring you to church with us because we know it's going to change your life. True? That's what it feels like. We read about Protandim and then we go, oh my God, you got to take it. Well, we scare people away. Steve and Amy at my house dinner one night. We blew this couple out of the water. They won't even talk to us anymore. I'm not kidding you. Our neighbors, they won't take Protandim. Even after we gave them 2 bottles. All right? Don't give it away, number one. I've done that. People don't respect it. Do you think that the average person would go to McDonald's every single day and order the dollar menu if they could afford to go to Whole Foods? Where would they go? Whole Foods. Why? Why?
Because they know it's better for them.
Better for you. Organic. Better for you. So, how many people do you want in your business? A lot, right? Why? Because people in the business will talk about the business with other people and the product with their mom and their dad, their aunt and their uncle. Ultimately, building residual income for you and them. Now, the reason why people go to McDonald's and fast food, selling billions of dollars in hamburgers every single year, is because they don't have the money to go to Whole Foods. And if you'll go sit outside of a Whole Foods and sit in the parking lot for a couple hours and just watch the people that walk in. All of them are in shape, attractive, driving nice cars, and financially able to go in there, educated and have money. Now go sit in a McDonald's and watch the people that go through there. How many people do you think need our business compared to our product? Think about it. There are more people out there that need to stop shopping at fast food places just because it's cheap. And the reason why they do it is because they don't have the money to go buy good food. Even though they know it's bad for them, they're still going to do it. So my advice to you is to talk about less than 1% of the world knows about who LifeVantage is. Like Lindsay said, you can go down the street and ask anybody what Amway is, Herbalife, Mary Kay. People do know what that is. But less than 1% of the world knows what LifeVantage is. You can go out this door and you can look at somebody and say, do you have any idea what LifeVantage is? They'll look at you and say, no. Do you know what Nerf 2 is? No. If Washington State University does a study on Nerf 2 activation, and you can Google it, Washington State and NRF2, and they say it is the biggest medical breakthrough in all of mankind, and they talk about diseases in that study, we are pioneering Nerf 2 activation in the world, but specifically here in Charleston right now. And I'm going to throw a challenge out to you. Whoever has the most, and I'm not going to say what we're going to do, but whoever has the most guests next month at Super Saturday, you're going to get a gift. And I don't know what that gift's going to be yet because we all have to talk about it. But we collect money at that door, and somehow, some way, we got to figure it out to give you guys something to fill this room up full of people. because it's important. So, who's going to have 4 or 5 guests here next month? Are we going to work this month to get 4 or 5 guests here the second week of the month? All of us bring 4 or 5 people. Not just 1, but 4 or 5. And if you have distributors that aren't showing up, like all of us, they're out doing their thing, go find a couple more. And I know what's getting ready to happen. You really should have a serious fear of loss. Because if you're not, watch what happens to this room within 2 months. Within 2 months. Jason's coming on board. He lives here in town. And CJ was supposed to be here. CJ's already making $7,000 a month in network marketing. And he was supposed to be here. He's coming on board this week with Jason. You know what's going to happen. This room's going to be jam-packed full of people. So, you better start telling your neighbors. You better start telling the people that we know. If you don't, they're going to. They will. And we've already got people, what's his name's moving here? Hickey.
AJ.
Yeah, they're moving here. What are they, Pro 5s?
Pro 4.
Pro 4?
But he's a business owner.
No.
And he told me, he's like, I'm going to talk to all the health professionals there. I said, no, you're not. I already got half of them.
Yeah. And Angela, she lives in Mount Pleasant. She's Pro 7. She moved here from Colorado. They're coming. People are coming.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago, we had a Pro 7, Carrie Bernard, here because she brought on a distributor that lives here. And she said, I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm. The word's getting out. It's
The word is getting out. You're right.
You got to tell your network.
And we have to go home. You know, Wyatt, don't leave here. I mean, really, don't leave here and go home and forget about what we did here today. And wait till next month to get fed again. No. Go home, make a list of who you want to change their life. I mean, you see the income. Do you know how much 5,000 consistent income would do to Cindy and I's life? And I'll tell you a story about us. Us at Pro 3. At Pro 3, we needed to buy a car. Right? We did. And we ended up buying a car, but we sat at the table and we thought about the car payment. We never had a car payment. And I said, look, if we buy this car, we're going to build Life Vantage. We're going to go support the team in Ohio, in Alabama. We're going to do this. And we got a new car, so we can do that and be comfortable feeling like it's not going to break down or we're going to have maintenance problems. But as a Pro 3, the income of a Pro 3, the average income, I believe, is 560?
570.
570? 570 a month, coming in every single month. Just some of it, sometimes it was more because you get paid to enroll new people. You get the bonus check. You know, sometimes you make 1,000, sometimes you make 300. But you knew if you did a little bit of work, you could make at least $500,000. I looked at Cindy and I was like, look, we can afford the car. So what I realized right then as a Pro 3, how important it was for people to make an extra $500 a month. Not once, but month after month after month after month. You see, we live on a budget. And just the other day, Cindy said, we got to talk. Our electric bill went, woo! Our water bill went, woo! Right? And I said, baby, why are you worried about it? It'll be okay. Well, what the security blanket that I have is knowing that she's getting a check on the 15th, which is on Tuesday, and I'm getting paid. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that 10% generational matching bonus. It's nice. Because when one of your people on your team get paid $50, $100, $200, $500, guess what? 10%, 5%, 5 levels deep. And it is almost half my check. So when the money comes in, that's security. I know that we'll have a check, 2 checks coming in on the 15th. So that gives you a sense of your belief goes up, your commitment level goes up, because you want your check to be bigger next month. And we know by just going out there and sharing with one person a day, every day, doing it for 2 years straight, you will win, and win big. We looked at it earlier today. You need that much money sitting in the bank in order to get you that income. I don't know about you, but I can't go out and get $2 million and slap it in the bank. And $10,000 a month as a Pro 7 and above is worth a lot of money. It's not just making it one time, it's making it every single month for the rest of your life. And all you gotta do is share it, plug, play, shut up. Let someone else talk. Share the information with somebody else and let someone else do the work. And you get all the commission. I think that's all I got. I mean, look, I just want this room filled with people next month. It happens every second Saturday of every single month from here on out. And we've got 4 weeks to build from now till then. What do we do next? Sorry about Thursday. The house was hot. Can you see me sweating all over the place though? Yeah, it's nasty.
It was.
Air.
Yeah, I heard.
Thursday.
I heard.
Every Thursday night in Park Circle, down the street. You know where Park Circle is? We live right across from Danny Jones.
Oh, okay.
You probably drove by there many a times.
Probably.
We live in a little yellow house right on the corner of Wando and Boulevard. And when you look at that, we're kind of catty corner to the baseball field. I mean, directly across from us is where it's just like a park, straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, we live in that corner house. But every Thursday evening, 6 o'clock, 6:30, we do a presentation at our house about life damage. Now, this Thursday, we'll be doing it. Next Thursday, we'll be in Kansas City. Isn't that right? What's next Thursday?
Yeah, that's it.
Today's the 11th?
Yeah.
No, we'll be here.
We're looking for the 22nd.
Okay, yeah, so
Well, no.
this Thursday's the 16th. The 23rd, we won't be here.
Okay,
So
20.
on the 23rd, there'll be no meeting at our house. It's on Big Blue calendar.
Okay.
Then again, on the 30th, we'll be doing the meeting. But I'm going to say this about Elite Academy. You and your husband are leaving, right? You're going, and he said he's going down to Texas. Steve and I are getting a car, and we're driving. It's going to be one hell of a drive.
It's going to be a better drive home.
Doesn't matter. Well, we're getting in the car and we're driving. And right now, we don't know, but we have room. Right now, we have space. I highly advise the two of you to think very serious about what you want the next 6 months to look like. Because going to the Elite Academy is going to send you way up here. And coming back from it, you're going to be more excited to call your friends and family and say, look, you got to see this company.
There will be new announcements too.
It changed my life. I will tell you, the very first Elite Academy I went to, Cindy and I were sitting on the couch, and my phone rang. I was in LifeVantage 3 days, and my phone rang, and it was Mark Shinshado. He's a Pro 10, making over almost $200,000 a month. He asked me a couple questions. He said, why'd you sign up in LifeVantage? And I said, well, I want to make $20,000 a month. He said, okay, what are you willing to do to get it? And I said, anything that I can, as long as it's ethical. And he goes, all right, good. He said, can I ask you something? I said, what? He said, why aren't you going to San Antonio? And I said, I don't need it. Cocky. I don't need it. He goes, really? Why is that? I said, well, I'm a sales trainer, blah, 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 blah. Got a big head, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, you remember. I still have to work on it. But he
You
said,
change a lot.
he said, look, he said, if I make you a promise that I'll meet with you and I'll spend an hour with you, will you consider coming? And I'll also promise to come to Charleston. You got to shake it up really good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's liquid.
Okay,
when it
thank
came
you.
out, right? Yeah,
it's good.
it is. It's still good. But anyway, I said to him, I said, who am I talking to? Because I didn't know who he was. He said, I'm Mark Shinshado. I'm a Pro 10 in LifeVantage. I said, okay. He said, I'm calling you from Japan. I was like, okay. He said, and I have over 8 million a month going through my business. And I went, holy sh! I only have 1,000. So I was like, I guess I should listen to you. I hung up the phone. Do you remember that day? I looked at Cindy and I said, I got to buy a plane ticket. I got to go to San Antonio. She went, no. I said, yep, I'm going. And I tell you, it's just like Lindsay. I've never missed an event. And I can tell you too, our story is that one time I couldn't afford to go. Steve paid for me to go, and I paid him back. Then one time I was considering not going, and Cindy looked at me and she said, you can't afford not to go because your team's going to be there. And what do you want all the leaders to think when you're trying to get them on the Tuesday call? So our commitment level has to be strong. Our commitment level, if we want to change in what we're doing, we got to do something different to get it. I hope that this has been helpful for you to think a little bit deeper. Lindsay did a really great job. Thank you, Lindsay.
It was really good.
It was. That was phenomenal. The information on that sheet just really makes it easy. And you know what? Honestly, when we're talking to somebody about this business, this really is a full presentation right here. Watch that ABC piece and talk to them. Learn the numbers. You took notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Learn the numbers. Plug them in for the people. Show them, or let them plug it in, and show them what the potential is if they just share with a few people.
And it comes, the pack comes with a tear off sheet. But I like this.
I do too.
You can, we always advise people, duplication is huge. So you can just use this and sit down with people But with this, I like it because they fill it out, you know?
They
So,
have to participate.
yeah. Yeah, but this is great because here, you can just read off of it. I mean, if you can just read off the sheet,
Right.
company trends, timing, blah, 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 and then just walk through a sheet.
Yeah, you could stand up here right now in front of this room and do a presentation.
Uh-huh.
Do you know, when we first got started, I remember getting on the phone with Jeremy Rehas and literally memorizing what he used to say. I play it over and over and over and over again. You remember that, babe?